What are they, vegetables or fruit? And what does that make, ketchup?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hey, funny guy! I got a joke for you! What smells rotten and puts people to sleep?
Noxious gas?
No! Your act!
Dancing in the moonlight, everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a wide and sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight.
What is going on, Vikings fans? It's Chaz here with another weekly Minnesota Vikings player grades. I was gonna record this video right after the game, but I had zero will to live after that game, and I was just depressed, and it would not have been a good video. So I'm gonna try my hardest to stay positive during this video, but we suck. The Vikings are terrible to watch. No one wants to win. No one wants to be there. And I think we should start tanking. There's no reason in trying to make the playoffs and end up with like a mid-round to 12th to 15th pick overall when we can get a top 5 pick. I think the top 5 pick would be more beneficial for our future. And let's get right into the star of the week. Obviously, it's got to be Justin Jefferson. Honorable mention to Cam Dancer, though. Justin Jefferson was unstoppable this week, as you can see here.
19 yards that time. Heavy dose of play action going for the near the end zone, caught but taken down shy of the goal line. Justin Jefferson, the 21-year-old rookie. That'll set him up first and goal.
So much different today. We'll see what Minnesota can do.
Well, they're trying to go over the top, but able to connect with Justin Jefferson. So a great start to the drive as he beats the coverage of Kendall Sheffield.
Nice throw by Kirk Cousins on that pass. But just being the consistency and the continuity of those 5.
Minnesota 0 for 4 on third down conversions and unable to convert right there. Jefferson is tackled at the 30. Amir Abdullah motions. 3rd and 5, and that pass caught for the first down, and again it's Justin Jefferson. So the drive stays alive. Cousins connecting over the middle, stretching it out. I think he's in. Yes, Justin Jefferson, touchdown Minnesota. Took him a while to find pay dirt, but they do with 6:25 left in the third.
He's on top of the players, so smart heady play by a young wide receiver in this league, understanding the rules.
200 yards of offense to the Vikings, dealing with a 3rd and 20. Getting it to Jefferson, still a long way to go. Falcons letting him catch it in front and wrangling him down at the 25. With 7:07 left in the fourth. Jefferson able to high point it. So to just trying to come up and get this offense going fast, see if they can put it in the end zone one more time. This should help. Justin Jefferson able to escape and get in. I thought Kendall Sheffield might rip his jersey off, but Justin Jefferson stays on his feet and scores it from 49 yards out, and his family loves it.
Down the stretch, but when you talk about feeling in Jefferson, they get Dalvin Cook back along with Alexander Madison, Kyle Rudolph, Irv Smith. They've got the players here.
2-point conversion. Guess who? Justin Jefferson. Yes, they do have the players. You're right.
As you can see, Justin Jefferson is just electric. Seems like the only Vikings player that wants to actually be there. He's with elite company on this rookie receiving yard leaders for the Vikings. He's been great through the first 6 games. I really hope his career continues this way. Hope he doesn't catch the injury bug or anything like that, because he's going to be dynamic for the next 10 to 15 years in my opinion. So now the star of the week's done. Let's get right into Kirk Cousins, baby. Mr. Stat Pattern himself, gonna give him a D. Didn't show up till the 4th quarter like always. Was 24 for 36 for 343 yards with 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. Those 3 picks were all in the first half, so that was nice. Pretty much all of them were his fault, in my opinion. He was throwing terrible balls. First pass of the game, just throw a pick to Deion Jones. Why not? And yeah, overall Kirk did not have a good game. I'm not ready. I don't know if we should move on it from him yet, but it's starting to get there where he just has not looked good the past few weeks. So on to the running backs. This was a tough game in the running department as Dalvin Cook was out with an injury, and you can see how much that affected our offense as we just could not get the ball going up and down the field. Dalvin Cook was out with a groin injury. He suffered against Seattle, of course. Alexander Madison, I'm going to give a D+, did not show up at all. Had 10 carries for 26 yards with a 16-yard long, which was over half his yards, which was rough. CJ Ham, give a B. He looks good every week, in my opinion. Amir Abdullah, I'm going to give a B-. I did not mind when you were giving him the ball. He actually seemed to want to do stuff with it. So overall, we had 32 rushing yards as a team, and that is quite atrocious. That might be our lowest in years. I don't know the stat on that, but that is terrible. Moving on to the receivers and tight ends, Justin Jefferson with the star of the week. Give him an A+. He had 9 receptions for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. This is my first A+ I've given all year. Justin Jefferson is just electric. He goes up and catches jump balls. He catches easy catches. He just does it all. He's amazing. Adam Thielen, I'm going to give him a B. He didn't really target him that much. Not sure why. He had 3 catches for 51 yards and a touchdown. His 35-yard catch that he had, I thought he broke his collarbone for a second, but he is fine, I believe. So if he would have got hurt, that would have just been the icing on the cake for the season. So we actually get the tight ends involved this week. Irv Smith and Kyle Rudolph both pitching in almost 50 yards. Irv Smith looked good the past 2 weeks. We should give him the ball more. He's really good run after the catch. Chad Beebe had 2 receptions for 13 yards. For some reason, Kirk Cousins threw a jump ball to him in the end zone in double coverage, and Chad Beebe's like 5'9", and he's white, so I don't know what that was about, but you know, Kirk's decision making hasn't been great this season. Let's move right on to the O-line. O-line was terrible. I'm going to give him a D-. They only allowed 1 sack, but Kirk just did not have time to throw the ball, and the run game looked awful. Drew Samia was out this week. Ezra Cleveland didn't look much better, if not worse, in replacement for Drew Samia. I know Ezra Cleveland is a tackle, but playing guard, but he still did not look good, and our offensive line needs a major rehaul in the offseason. The D-line, I have no complaints with the D-line. They played fine. I'm going to give him B- overall. Yannick Ngakoue had a tackle for loss. Denebo had 1.5 sacks and 2 TFLs. Jaleel Johnson had half a sack, and Shamar Stephen had 2 TFLs. You know, they looked decent all game. They were stopping the run pretty decent, even though Todd Gurley's pretty trash in my opinion. This overall decent. And onto the linebackers, I'm going to give a C+. Eric Kendricks had 14 tackles and 12 solo. Just did his job, looked good out there. Was firm tackling. Eric Wilson was a little shaky this week in my opinion. He had 3 tackles and a fumble recovery. Overall, not a lot to complain about, but I think we need Anthony Barr back to really help our defense. And same with Danielle Hunter on our defensive line. If we had those two are game changers in my opinion. I think our defense would be way better than it is at this point, but you know, it is what it is. You can't do anything about injury. And onto the DBs. I'm going to give them a C. I think that's one of their higher grades of the year. Harrison Smith only had 2 tackles. Anthony Harris had 4 tackles. Jeff Gladney struggled a bit. He looked slow, let up 1 or 2 touchdowns this week. Just, I don't know, struggled. He did have a forced fumble, though, so that was a plus. And then Cam Dantzler looked really good tackling. He's just an ankle biter tackler, but he does it with good technique, and he can take down pretty much anyone. He had 11 tackles, 9 solo from the cornerback position. He had 2.5 TFLs. That's really impressive in my opinion. Hopefully a cornerstone of our future at the corner position. No pun intended. And yeah, I hope him and Gladney can just keep developing through the year, and we can come back next year and have a good team. Special teams, just give them B-. They didn't do anything wrong. Abdullah looked decent on the kick return. Dan Bailey was 1-for-1 extra points, but his onside kicks were terrible. It was kind of funny because Mike Zimmer actually blamed Dan Bailey for losing this game because his onside kicks were so bad. Like, what? Come on. Like, take some blame for yourself, Zimmer. Like, it's kind of embarrassing. He blamed Dan Bailey. It was it was just questionable. Then Brenton Colquitt, almost 50 yards a punt. Was good. Overall, the Vikings were complete trash this week. I don't know what happened to the team last week I saw in Seattle. I'm not sure who we play next week yet. But I feel like we're going to lose that game as well, and I will be fine with it. So, if you enjoy this video and you want to continue to see the Vikings tanking, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I am out. See you next week.
We've been walking through the forest with blood on our hands. We got lost in such a foreign land where we could be free. We could be free.